I'm here in Thurmond, West Virginia. Yes, I've been doing a lot of live streams here lately, but it's also a short drive from my house. I would love to do a couple live streams in France. It's just impossible to get enough phone signal to be live there. That's the only bad part. The calling tower. The smallest town hall in Fayette County. Now at this moment I can't tell if any trains is coming or not. I do know westbound signals are all red, westbound. I'm gonna look at eastbound. Wait a minute. See what eastbound looks like. So that's what it's line for the, I don't know, for a second there I thought it's line for the crossover onto the number 1 main. I don't know how long I'll stay live today. Well, if everything stays red both ways, I may just end the live stream until I get a green. But at least I'll do a short one. Let everybody know I'm planning a trip on the Appalachian Trail here soon. That may be the longest section hike I've done so far. I usually get like 60 to 80 miles in whenever I do a section hike. This time I might be lucky enough to get 100 miles in on the trip. Because I want to increase my trips on the trail and do more miles. This house will be open eventually. It's Airbnb. I need to decide and see what they're going to call it. I think they told me once. I can't remember what they said they was going to name it. And all that stuff people randomly put there. Walk down here, see the signal down here looks like. I'm hoping there's a high green. Of course, it's also in the low 80s out here, so that might affect the stream. Seems like on the warmer days, when it's like in the 80s or 90s, my phone heats up really, really fast. So it don't matter if I'm doing a live stream or just filming a train in general. That seems to cause issues with the phone getting too hot and overheating. Of course, I talked to multiple people who has the same problem. At least the humidity's low, even though it's like in the 80s, the humidity's low. I just hope the humidity ain't high where I'll be on the Appalachian Trail here soon. I'm not going to say the dates I'm going because I could have issues with that. I'll film the videos, upload them when I get back. When I get back from the trail. Can't tell, but I think that's red too. Well, so far it's red in both directions. I might start a little bit too soon because usually it's after 3 when the trains start coming through here. And it's only 2:30 now. Yep, that one's red. I'm going to get here in the shade for a minute just so I can see. Hello everybody. Yep, still red. Eastbound anyways. Westbound was red when I started walking this way. But it's possible they could have changed. If both ways are still red, maybe I'll just talk about a couple of different things and then wrap up the stream until I see one turn green, and when it turns green, start filming live again. It's Sunday. I ain't got until like 5 before I have to go home and get ready for the Sunday night service at Cranberry. I definitely don't want to miss the service. So I won't get Amtrak this time. Last time I came down here for Amtrak, it was pouring down the rain. Didn't get the greatest video because of that. I know it's been an interesting couple of weeks lately. I started going back to Cranberry Baptist, so since I grew up in, and people were asking questions to me why I'm leaving, wanting to know if I'm offended by the service, wanting to know if I moved away. That's not the case. Just God's will for me to go back to the sorts I grew up in. Because I still enjoy my friends and family I made at Killsite Free Will Baptist. I'm purposely purposely going that way, not to get a bunch of random people in the video, but they're going that way too. I'd like to point out, if you come to Thurmond to visit, these days it's almost impossible not to get people in the videos. I've been down here when it's like miserably cold out here, where it's so cold you can't stand outside and you have to sit in the car until the train gets here just to be warm, and there's people down here. Come down here during snowstorms, there's a lot of people down here. You get some friends like, oh, we're getting a storm up to a foot of snow. I bet there'll be nobody down here but us. We get down here, there's a bunch of people down here, and they're like, really? I'm glad people enjoy the area. It's just funny, no matter what the weather, you're going to run into people down here. I'm glad Gene ain't visits. Oh, doing well, how are you? I'm glad Gene ain't visits. Oh, okay. I see where he commented too. Yesterday after the schoolhouse market, went with Gene visits down Route 61 and did not expect to see that empty coal train heading down 61. So filmed it in a couple of different spots. Unfortunately, the live stream messed up when I was trying to live stream the over-under. Don't ever get that lucky again. Make a long story short, the next time I get lucky enough to get over under there, I'm just going to stand beside the track and film and not try to live stream that area. My phone signal's too bad for that area to turn out good. But we still got some great videos. I got a couple of videos for YouTube and my Facebook page, and a couple of videos on the TikTok page. That I'm not trying very hard at right now because I'm focusing mostly on the Facebook and YouTube. Although Gene Vincent is actually helping me with the TikTok. All I have to do is get the videos and send him the videos. So there's that weird symbol. I keep having to step in shady areas and hope I don't lose surface because hello, Gabriel Owens. I think I remember meeting you at the flea market. I know I was there yesterday for a while. A lot of people passing through, but I didn't sell anything. This might end up being a double live stream day because if everything stays red, I'll just walk around and wait on it to turn green and then start again. But normally after 3 o'clock you get a couple empty coal trains and a grain train. Of course I can't see the signal right now. That happened the night after the paranormal investigation. Yep, I think everything, well no, it might have turned green. No, it's all still red. Oh well. Make a long story short, not saying the dates, I'll be planning a trip on the Appalachian Trail, then a bunch of videos there. Planning on starting in Delville and going to Glasgow, Virginia, which is like 60 miles. Of course, I could probably hike a little bit north of there to a different location, but I got planned to pick up and drop off points better. Of course, once you get north of Glasgow, I've studied the maps, there's not a whole lot of towns in that stretch along the trail. There's a lot of road crossings you can go to. But the crazy part is, hold on here, since there's nothing coming right now, let's get myself in the video a little bit. There's not a whole lot of towns along the trail in that stretch. There are plenty of towns within a short drive there. That stretch, once you get north of Glasgow, you basically have to get a shuttle right into town at a lot of these places. Did I say your last name long? Hello, Gabriel Owens. Hope I announced that right. I believe feels good. But make a long story short, what I was getting at, I'm wanting to do more and more section hikes of the Appalachian Trail. I'm also going to try to do more live streams like this when I'm here in Thurmond, because they're fun to do. Of course, they're more fun when there's actually a train coming. I'm hoping this line's not going to be dead until Amtrak time. It shouldn't be, though. I was looking at the map, studying the maps with maps between up the trail to the whole state of Virginia. The good news is, if I do that stretch, there are road crossings which is near towns where where you can get a shuttle ride to towns. Of course, most of that's north of Glasgow. I probably won't hike until spring. Oh, Gabriel Owen. Saw the S there, sorry. Yeah, I got plenty of photos. I just recently got some steamings and photos from Caswello. And I like to point out that is extremely difficult to do, because when they're doing the cast play to steam, trying to get great photos of steamings and not getting people in the photos is not easy, because you got like up to 10,000 people wanting to do the same thing. Let's see if the signal, nope, signal's still staying red. I don't know about the westbound. I mean eastbound. The signal in front of me is the westbound, and it's staying red right now. Oh well, maybe I'll get lucky in something kind. Either way, I did tell some friends I was going to do a live stream today. Oh well, let me try something else for the live stream, see if it picks up. Well, now I got to start way back here to do it. Point out these sidewalk squares. It don't say the years, but you can see the mayor, Stanley Cart, Mayor John Bullock. Basically, all these just say the names of the former mayors until you get out to a certain point. Then it starts talking about a little history there. It's cool how the Park Service done this. Mayor Homer, nicely. There's actually a bench up here honoring him. Everything's staying red so far. 1995 Thurmond Depot destroyed, restored by Park Service, and it's a public visitor center now. 1995, the Thurmond post office is closed. You know what? It might be easier to read these when the sun's not out. No, I'm just going to do that at a different time. I think what I need to do is actually do this early in the morning or late in the evening, because the sunlight's so bright I can't pick them up there. 1963. There's the one. The last, 1956, the last operating steam locomotive in the New River Gorge is retired. If memory serves me right, I read something online about that, about it went up the Piney Branch into the Binding Gulf coalfields to a mine up there that year, and that's its last ever run. After it came back down to the main line, it was shut down and never used again. According to something I read online, I think it's Coal Country. I can't remember where I saw it. I know there's a new brick here. Early this year, that brick was missing and nobody knows who took it. I'm gonna walk in the depot in a minute and see how long it's been since the train came here. Most of the staff there know me, except for a few new ones that hasn't been here that long. I think most of them know me pretty well here. But I'm getting in the stream. I'm not gonna promise for sure, but if the signal turns green, I'll just start again and film whatever's coming. But I think for the time being, I'm gonna go across the river and walk the trail a little bit and come back. God knows the signs are new here.